Hi, Jennifer. Good morning.
How you doing? Good morning. How's it going?
Good, good.
Good morning. Thank you for joining. What's on your mind today? Because you know we always coming up with something that's on our mind today.
I thought we did. I I thought we should make it a little bit more fun today,
I,
cause a lot of people don't know you or I. They don't know our beginning till trichology. So if you could just
you want me
um
to share mine?
yeah, share a quick, beginning to trichology,
Yes,
to
absolutely.
meeting me, just quick, sum it up in 30 plus years. 30 plus.
So, funny thing is, it was always on my bucket list to want to do trichology, but before trichology became more involved, you had to go and get an actual degree to be a trichologist. So it was on my bucket list. Good morning.
Good
And then
morning.
I later down the line, I had issues with my hand. I used to do a lot of extensions, braiding, very tedious and technical handwork. And I had a condition that's called trigger finger, which kind of made me have to decide if I have to change my profession. So I decided to kind of explore not coming so far out of what I do, which is hair. And then I spoke to a colleague, and she was telling me about U.S. Trichology. And I went to Premiere. I kind of sat down, tried to kind of figure some things out. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I mean, it just makes sense because I'm definitely like a nerd. I'm a hair nerd. I'm a nerd just in general. But I felt like with what I did with hair care, it just aligned. So that's how I ended up getting into trichology because I thought I was about to not be a cosmetologist anymore. I just felt like I was going to have to go back to school and figure out my life. And I did it online, so which is more difficult than going into an actual facility and being amongst your colleagues and asking physical questions to people. So I had to figure it out. And for me, I'm a very type A person, and I feel like I need to get all of the information because I want that A. Not that it matters, because if you pass your test and you understand what you're doing, they're not looking at what your grade is, right? That's just me, who I am. So it was, when I tell you it was stressful, but I studied and I did it. And then the second part, I said, no, I'm going to try it and go in person. And then lo and behold, I'll let Pat tell you guys how she and I met after she tells you why she decided to be a trichologist. But it was just a divine order that we were supposed to meet. But I want her to share that. But for me, it was because of a health condition, and I didn't want to venture out too far from what I do. And lo and behold, it gave me the platform to work not as hard, and the revenue is there. You value yourself and you attract yourself to the right niche of people. They will utilize your services and so forth. So that's how I became a trichologist. I thought I was gonna be a cosmetologist. So who
So
knew?
yeah, so after becoming a cosmetologist and doing hair for so many years, um, I didn't know what a trichologist was, to be honest. I knew that trichology was in our cosmetology book, and it was like this then, but I didn't know that it was a such thing as a trichologist.
Right.
So I know that our client, I had clients that was losing their hair due to medication, stress, of course,
Same thing.
weaves and cap weaves, and they would take the comb and jug and stick, and because their scalp was itchy. But of
Yeah.
course, they dig it out to the point where I didn't know. I knew why they was losing their hair, and that's alopecia, traction alopecia, but I didn't know about the medication, the sickness, the illness. I knew that people was losing their hair due to those things, but I didn't know the deep part of it.
Yeah.
So I met this young lady when I was at Salon by JC. She told me she was a trichologist, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that there was such a thing. So I looked online and I said, you know what, let me see if I could take a course. Like you took the course online. But when I called USTI, they had a class that weekend in Orlando. I took my credit card. I paid for that class straight up. I drove to Orlando that weekend to take my first course. And I met, and that's how I started studying to be a trichologist. So I went up each class. Okay, like you, it was tedious because you was online. But being in the class, I think it was a little easier because we had great teachers like Trina. Trina, she was a great teacher and she broke it all down to us. So it was like introducing us to trichology.
Right.
So that's how I became a trichologist. And then you and I met our second class.
Yes.
Yeah. So you decide to go up for our second class, and that's when I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I must say that it's been interesting, and I really love it. The more and more, the more I get into it, the more I'm helping people, the more they are so happy, that their hair are growing back, their hair is growing back, and that there are options that they can
Absolutely.
they can do. They don't have to do just throw wigs on or cover it up and be embarrassed about it. So there are people you could talk to. You could talk to us, trichologists. You could talk to your doctor, your dermatologist, but we're the easiest, for those who know us and trust us and been around for so many years. And then, so I met Jen in our second part of our trichology course. So Jen was sitting in front of me with this big curly hair. She had on her glasses, and everybody, we had to stand up to introduce ourselves. So when you stood up, when you said, "Oh, I'm from Tamarack," I was like, that's up the street from me. It just felt good to know someone in your area that was thinking the same way as you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, and then you was asking all the right questions. Like she said, she's a nerd. Me, I'm going to learn. I'm going to pass my test. I could pass my test with 2 points extra and I'm good. Jen, she wants an A, 99, 100%. I could pass with my 70 or my 75 and I'm good. You think my client's going to ask me what score I made on my test? Please. Jen, she was study to the end. We be sitting in classes. I be up talking to people. Hey, what do you do? Where you at? Where you live? Jen be in her book reading. I be like, where's Jennifer? Jennifer done missed all the pictures, everything. I'm in every picture. Hey, hi, how y'all doing? Jen over in the corner reading. I be like, So yeah, she is a hair nerd. I understand, I read and I get the knowledge and everything, but me, I got to meet people who I got to say, hey, where you from? Jen be reading on breaks, y'all.
And to also add, Pat listened and she said she only did the first part of the class and she already treating clients And I had actually results from just
Yeah.
my first hair loss practitioner. So we just learned the basic dysfunctions of hair loss, and I took it
Yeah.
with me, made it work. But then when we actually had to go do our clinicals and get our actual associate's trichology,
Yes.
I'm like, it was like little pieces that were missing. And I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You know, so that was just like, oh my God, this girl did online and she's got clients already and she invested in the
Yeah.
program. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to do something. I'm going to go 100%. I'm not going to give you one thing when I know you need all 5 things, but I'm going to meet you where you one thing, it's going to stabilize you, but you need all of it. So that was me. So I just feel like Pat was just like, let me listen a little more, because she was like, I want to make sure she ain't crazy. You know, I don't know who she is, but it all worked out.
It did.
Timing. And I met Patricia before the pandemic, and when I tell you the support from her was amazing, because she still was working with her insurance company, and me, I was shut down. Like, Lord have mercy, I don't even know if I'm gonna have me a career in cosmetology, because we couldn't work like most cosmetologists can understand. So she is a supporter, she is a motivator, she is inspiring, she's very spiritually grounded. So it helped me. You're my big sis, and I'm glad that I had you, because there was moments where I was just like, girl, I don't think I'm gonna. And you was like, no, you're not gonna talk like that, because that's not even of God. That's not of faith. So I appreciate you, and I thank you for it. Overly emotional, but really it was, because I feel like not everyone has a great supporting foundation. Not enough people have someone to say, you got this, girl, you smart, we're going to figure it out. And through the pandemic, that's how H2grow Inc.com product.
Look at that. Look at that.
And I'm telling you, me and Pat were probably like, what, a year in as friends? Or
Yeah.
almost 2 years. So it takes a lot, because most people ask us, how did we do it? How are you guys able to be partners? My strength was Pat's weakness, and her strength was my weakness, and we just meshed. So, and that's not always easy, and you're not gonna find that perfect fit.
Yeah.
But God, she was my fit, and I'm so glad that I have you as a partner. I have you as a friend.
Girl, don't make me cry today. I did not come on here to cry.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I know, because it really takes a strong support and foundation, because sometimes your closest friends are your worst enemy.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, right? And then your not as closest friend becomes like your sister or your brother. That's how it worked for me. So, and honesty, trust, communication, understanding has allowed Pat and I to be where we are. Pat doesn't cut. She's not a hold her tongue. She's not a hurt your feelings, but she's gonna be up front and say, this is what we got going on, what's going on. Let's address it, let's nip it in the bud, and then we proceed with what we need to do. So I thank her for that. And I'm the same way, but I'm a little more reserved, but I got to fight. But this one over here, girl, she'll let you have it. Wait a minute, what's going on? I'm like, so that's the friendship.
But you know, Jen, I pick and choose my battles. If it's something that I need to address, I'll be like, hey, Jen, but if it's something that I could just be like, oh, well, that's Jennifer, or we'll figure it out, or whatever the case may be. But to go back to when you said during the pandemic, listen, when I jumped into insurance 2014, I did it to retire, because I knew that I was going to retire earlier than most people who work in the work field. Most people retire at 65. I think my mom retired at 65, and I just couldn't. I see stylists who was 60. I couldn't see myself standing that much on my legs at 65. So I said I had to find something else. So that's when I met Tasha with Primera. America, and she taught me that business. And then I met Alex, and he taught me health. So it was like, wow. I started making money then. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I did not know anything about a pandemic, but I did know that I was already working. And when we were shut down, of course, I was working even harder because people were scared. They needed health, they needed life, So and that's how I was able to say, Jen, we can make it. And believe it or not, during the time Jen wasn't even working, and I came to her with the idea, she jumped on. She trusts that we can do this. She jumped on. She said, "Yeah, we could do this." And it was nothing but God,
It
that
was.
that gave us the faith and the credit
Amen.
cards.
Because I was like, I ain't got no money for all of this right now, but that's a negative speaking and
Yeah,
conversation, right? And we gonna figure this out.
we gonna figure it out, and we made it happen.
So
And I'm just so grateful,
yeah,
But
you gave me a different outlook on we're gonna make it work with what we got, and
yeah,
we'll worry about how we're gonna pay it because we're gonna make the money to pay it.
yeah,
So that should be no issue. I said, oh, okay, girl, because I'm not like that. I'm not spending a dollar if I don't know where the other dollar gonna pay the dollar that I spent out. So I do thank Patricia again because she put me in a space where I would not borrow money knowing that, girl, I'm gonna pay this back. Like, it's
but
really
that's the one thing I learned about. That's the one thing I learned about you too. Now, don't get it twisted. I learned how to get my stuff in order through you.
you.
Before I met you, I was living in an apartment. I met Jan. You had your thing. You had yourself together, and I felt like, wow. You So I got myself together because of you. So we did teach each other, you know what I'm saying? So where you, like you said, where you was strong, I probably was at weak, and where I was strong, you was weak. So it worked out, So
Yeah,
I learned some
it really did.
things from you too. I might be that go getter or that person to say, hey, we could do it, and if it don't work, oh well. But I learned some things from you as well. So don't think you just learning from me. I'm learning from you as well.
Uh, Thank you. I think this was a great conversation. I just want everybody to know we are regular, hardworking, loving, caring, fun people, right? Yeah, I don't always want to make our lives like, oh, this is a serious conversation. It's serious. It's serious. We're not serious. We're very
Yeah.
lighthearted, loving, appreciating people, and that's why we give the information we give because we care. Because if we didn't care and it was just about money, you wouldn't get a lot of information
Yeah.
you're receiving right now. 100. So I appreciate all of those that
Yeah.
are coming on, supporting us, trying the product. Patricia and I are going to try to give more engagement on how do we get more products out there for you to try it, because we want you to
Yes.
try it because it really works. So we'll come up with some things. DM us, ask us questions. Our fellow colleagues, if you're looking for specific type of samples, you got to reach out to us. We don't know if you want to even try our stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And just know, for people who are out there, just know if we could do it, you could do it.
absolutely.
It takes, it ain't easy,
No.
but if it was easy, everybody else will be doing it. Just know that it takes focus, and you have, and be fearless.
Fearless.
Remove
Yes.
the fear, because you don't know if you can do it if you don't try.
I have a client getting ready to come in,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm gonna have to make it short
Okay,
on my end. I really
no
appreciate it.
problem. No, we can end, and we'll be back. Um, maybe we can meet up one week and show you how to use the products.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna. I wish you guys well. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Be patient and stay consistent. And again, you can find H2grow on. I have to look at my notes, y'all. You can find us on Facebook, TikTok, IG. We have a website, www.h2growinc.com. We're also on YouTube, so those who don't catch the lives, you can follow us on YouTube as H2grow Inc. Hair Care and Products. So again, people, Jen and I are just normal, regular ladies who was hairstylists that is concerned about certain things that we saw with our clients, you know, them losing their hair, and we just went deeper into learning how to help our clients. So just know we're here. If you have any questions, DM us. Check out our website and check us out on YouTube and hit the like button and subscribe because we need your support. And Debbie at Shop Talk Live said for sure. And who else? Oh, Mom is on. Michael is out today, but Angela is on. Hi, Angela. And Michael is our virtual assistant, but Angela is standing in for Michael today. You have Debbie with Shop Talk Live. We have George Ray for real joining. Hi, George. And who else that I know just by looking on here? We have a few people. Thank you guys for joining. We really appreciate it. So I'm going to end the live today. Remember to stay patient and be consistent. And I think me and Jen going to get together next week and we're going to show you guys how to use the product. So thank you for joining again. We love you. Be blessed and enjoy your weekend. Bye.